So you want to learn how to paint trees effectively? Coming up. How you going there guys? Emma here from Paint and Pinot, giving you some top tips for all things art and design. And today we're going to learn how to paint a really realistic but very simple and effective tree. So one of the main areas that people tend to go wrong with the painting trees is they go really thick with their branches. Remember, as a tree gets higher up, your branches are going to get thinner. So they'll do something like this. I'm going to exaggerate obviously, but it looks really, really immature and it's just no control because people really struggle getting those fine detail lines. So what we're going to try and do is to get that really lovely fine detail line. So as you're loading it with paint, you don't want to go too thick with the paint or the pigment because you'll get that really globular effect. So the idea is that we're going to load this paint up and then I like to put it onto a blank page so that I have like a really fine edge to my brush. So if you can imagine, if I'm just putting the paint down on one side of the brush, you're going to have a really lovely flat edge, almost like a butter knife like this. And that is how we're going to get those really fine detail lines. So that's the first technique I want to show you today, guys. The second one is the dry brush technique. So this is what's going to give that really gorgeous stipply effect for the actual leaves. It's amazing how much time this will save you if you can do this really effectively. So again, the trick here is that you want to load up, you want to have a round head brush this time, a nice large brush. So you're going to load up with some pigment. Try and get rid of the excess. If you haven't got a tissue, you can use your apron, or you can use your spare page around. So the trick here is that as you're dabbing on, you're going to get all your bristles, which will actually recreate the leaf effect. The drier your brush, the more effective this technique is going to be. So they're the main techniques we're going to use today. So let's have a look at how to do this painting. So we're going to start with the trunk. I always find it's easier, like I said earlier, that you can start with an area that you can get away with in terms of making mistakes. So the trick again here is to get that lovely sharp edge as we drag our brush down. Here we go. So if you can, you want to try and drag it down in one long go, if you can be a little bit more confident with it, because then you get a nice sharp edge. So I'm just going to work this around. So again, you can see that I'm really trying to practice this fine detail technique already, even though I'm just working on the trunk. So just by putting the paint down, you're just trying to get that lovely fine edge. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video, guys, on how to paint a tree, not just really effectively, but hopefully you can see how easy that can be too. As with anything, this is always practice. So the two techniques we've learned today were that fine detail brush technique, and then with the lovely dried brush stippling effect that we've achieved for the leaves. The great thing with something like this, guys, is that once you've got the basics of a tree done, you can actually add to this. So I'll leave a link below of a painting that I've done using the same technique, but with a beautiful sunset background. So question of the day, how do you paint your trees? What techniques do you use? I'd love to hear from you guys. Please do leave a comment below. And if you have enjoyed today's video, guys, then please hit that like button, as it really does help our channel. And if you'd like to see some more top tips, we do weekly videos, then hit that subscription button just below. Alrighty, guys, we'll see you next time. Happy painting.